Okay, so today's Sunday, we're mid-August, but this level that we're going into, believe it or not, it's intended to feel a little bit like what I call the energy of Christmas, in the sense of like you've been wishing, you've been hoping, some of your hopes and dreams, you're going to start to sense them on the horizon. You're going to start to sense like what's coming up. It'll start to feel like things are possible or that there's breakthroughs. Now, next week, there's going to be a high level of emotions. Mind your own P's and Q's, but also cut other people some slack, because everyone's going to be feeling it. And I've been seeing this happen left and right all around me, like these high, like a high emotion starts, could it become an argument, and then it just sort of dissipates. Okay? Allow it to dissipate. The thing you want to catch for is when your mind says things like, wait a minute, I should say something, or are they being this way? I think I need to defend myself. Don't even bother. Okay, like talk your own self out of it. Just say, move along, move along, move along. There's nothing to see here. The force of love will take care of it, okay? Some of the things that you know you're capable of, and that is actually a topic of this whole thing here, is, I guess I want to pose a question which is really important for you to consider, but to consider it as a twin flame, because it's going to be different for everyone. And the question is how do you define success? Okay? How do you define success? For some people, defining success means they can get through a night without wetting the bed. For some people, it's defined as, I was able to walk to the bathroom and not have, my back, my hips, my feet totally hurt, and get back in and go back to sleep. For some people, it's winning a 5K run. For other people, it's buying their first house and that they were able to do some of these things. So your capabilities and your abilities are going to open. But here's the kicker for twin flame people. You're aligning things together. So that's what makes things weird for us. It's not that it's weird, there's a lot of pauses. I've been talking about throughout this series, this 3-part, of sometimes you have to pause because you're either recuperating, right? There's recuperation time, or there is times where there's this gathering in of like, what's your next move? Okay, we are angels. We are human angels, and angels actually require movement. Okay, this is why routines get very tedious for us. This is why certain things just will feel heavy and tedious and boring and blah, and on and on and on. And it could be anything. It could be hearing the same old stories. It could be hearing someone complain about the same thing where you're just like, I'm busting out of here. Go ahead and complain, talk to the hand, I'm out. It could be things of your own life, like when they try to do everything perfectly, like a Zen little fourth dimensional, good little doobie. Sorry, but we're beyond that. We are beings that are so capable and aware of things, okay? The thing that is being gotten rid of is the heaviness and the dirt and the things of the past. That is what is being gotten rid of. Not the things you like, not the things you love. So I'm going to talk about that in this presentation, because that is very important for you. And it could be something as simple as, I get great peace from weeding the garden, of just picking a few weeds. And that's peaceful for someone. For another person, it's a tedious, boring chore, okay? It's gonna boil down to the individual that you are, the unique, multifaceted, sparkling personality that you are, okay? So that's, my cue today was this song, which a lot of Christian people hear around Christmas time. The hopes and dreams of all the years are something like blessed in you tonight, okay? And they're in you. They're in you. Okay, so don't give it up. It's a timing thing for sure. The other cue is sort of like just, feel yourself, be yourself. That is the number one thing when I talk to people. Some people don't know themselves and they're getting back in touch with themselves for various reasons. It could be because they are a parent, like a mom or a dad. It could be because they have a profession that tends a lot to other people. They take care of other people's needs. And that's a lot of A-type personalities, what people would call like an alpha personality. They're like having a big vision and, they might have some things that they do, but they don't pay attention really to themselves, to the core of themselves, really who they are, who have they become, what do they miss? Because I guarantee you something else, in this energy is going to come a closure from several timelines. So just on a personal level, and this is for a friend too, we realized we were closing up some stuff from 30 years ago, where it came into our awareness again. It was like when we were late teens, early 20s, and we were like, oh yeah, I kept bumping into people that were from the same neighborhood as me. And we went down this memory lane and they were like, oh yeah, do you remember that youth group from blah, blah, blah? I was like, oh yeah, I learned to ski with them. Learned to ski on ice cubes because it wasn't the best skiing, but it was the best training, because when I really got out to a mountain to ski, I was like, so I had all these memories flood back, because I was like, yeah, I really enjoyed mountain skiing because I learned it like in a really crappy way, and it was either fall down or learn it. And I have another friend, he sent me a video. He was like, remember when you were young and you didn't wear a helmet and riding your bike, and we learned and we were tough, okay? That's what you're in right now. All of your toughness, all of the things that might have been a struggle, but you got through, because what we do is we resurrect ourselves. We resurrect, we reinvent. That's the beings we are. And it's even more so because now you'll see opportunity, not with your eyes, but with your heart, because the more you expand your light body, that's where it comes into, where it just lights you up. What others see as a problem or an issue, you're suddenly like, but this is what I've been waiting to just sink my teeth into, and like, God, there's the opportunity. Okay, now help me piece it together. Because that's what you say to your higher self. Help me piece this thing together. Like, how is it going to be for people? How really is it, like, I know there's details, but I felt the ooh, okay? It could be anything. It could be anything. It could have to do with children. It could have to do, and we're going to talk about this in here. Okay, so I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Like, I will give you one example. I was on vacation with my son, and it was partly doing some grid work in Mexico, and it was partly just on vacation. And they were having a huge issue. They were having all this seaweed that was piling up, and the beautiful white beaches were littered with stinky seaweed that when it degraded smelled like rotten eggs. And so we didn't really want to go to the beach, and it was a couple of things that happened. So I'm watching this news show in a room while I'm getting ready for my walk, and in the show they were talking about Southeast Asia. And in Southeast Asia, how there is an underserved market in terms of financial services. How you have little pop-ups of people doing things, and you have apps that are providing expanded work for people. They can be delivery people. They can use an app like Uber or similar app, or they can be drivers or something. They can use Uber. But the chink in it was the gap between the banks and all of the distrust that the big banks and the old money has brought, and how does people cash out and get currency for something electronic that they receive. So these little pop-up currency exchanges were part of the solution. And there was a man on there talking about, it's a big issue because there's like thousands of people in this underserved market that it's been a part of not really a black market, but an economy that is now getting elevated where people can earn more, have a better standard of living, but need, the means to do so. And yet there was an opportunity that existed. There's also opportunity with the seaweed because I was like, oh gosh, these people are piling it up. It's probably perfect fertilizer or something, but they were ashamed of it in a way. Like the people, they sent out crews every day, like, break this up. We don't want to let the tourists see it. Sorry, it was a problem. And everyone saw it and everyone smelled it and everyone just had to deal with it. It's like, deal with it. Are you tough or are you a wimp? So that's sometimes where you might see an opportunity that other people don't see. So you and your twin both hope and dream. And what glues everything together or what makes it into something is your love and your passion. So you can't lose your own sight of being the lover who can create a lot of things. And some people have past life memories of who they've been. They'll remember, oh, I was a blacksmith, or I was a farmer, or I was this wonderful baker. Everyone in Paris came and I sold out every day. And I like to use some simple things as examples. I've done other abundance webinars, but we're getting to a level here, which you may have been hearing about. Some people call it the new paradigm. I don't want to call it paradigm because a paradigm implies that there's lessons to be learned. That's the other thing, and I talked about that in part 2. So if you're just joining, I will catch you up with the other parts. But you're actually in a mode where the things that you've done, the skills that you've developed, gifts that you had, okay, to give you an example of gift. Let's say someone gives you a bicycle. And again, it's on a nice holiday or it's your birthday or something, you get a gift. That gift can sit in the corner with a bow on it and you could stare at it, or you could take it out, learn it, fall off, catch your balance, learn your balance, and you can, be like Lance Armstrong and ride in the Tour de France or something. Something that is, this big or this big, okay? You could go on a leisurely bike ride or you could push yourself to the limits, your human limits. How you push your human limits is with your angel side, okay? The angel you are is the superhuman, okay? So like, I want to scream every time I see articles and it's like the human spirit, it's like, that's the angel side of us. The angel side of you says, oh, hell no, I am going to go this way. Or, oh, hell no, all you people are doing that, I'm not a part of it. Or, hell no, you're not going to pick on me again. Or, hell no, whatever, okay? And it's not always vulgar, it's like a feeling, it's like a revulsion. It's like actually being repulsed, which is why I say being the perfect little doobie that eats your greens every day. And, even though I talk about supplements, okay, there are specific supplements that will help specific parts of your body. But your body will be like, oh, hell no, I ain't letting you put another thing in me right now. I have had it. Okay, let me just be me. And I had a really good example of this. Like some of you know, I was running and I fell and I hit my rib cage. And you've seen me, right? I should have a nice cushion right here, but I didn't. I fell right here on my wrist. And I hit that soft part and it fell like this, boom. Well, it hurt a lot. And I had myself checked if I broke the ribs. I didn't. But here's the weird part. After about 2 weeks, because I had to lay on my back, I could not sleep on my stomach. I'm a stomach and a side sleeper, and I teach it too. So I'm going, gosh darn it, I'm going to have to sleep on my back like a turtle. I feel like a turtle when I sleep on my back. Like, just like, I'm like out of life. I'm a fish out of water. Laying on my back, and I made a nice little cocoon. But I started sleeping. I even started doing a lot of the out-of-body work that I do, which I was concerned about. But what happened was, at about 2.5 weeks, my body naturally wanted to start sleeping on the side again. This side was better than this side. This side had the most damage, and it always has. My left side, my feminine side, is always the place I fall on. The arm pulled out of the socket, the hip, like the knee, like you name it. It's always mostly that side, right? And so I'm laying on this side, and I'm like, this ain't so bad. But then my body let me know when it was enough. Okay, and that's what your light body is intended to do, is to help you navigate, to tell you when are things enough. Okay, not that you've had it, but just kind of sufficient. Is it sufficient? Is it enough? Okay, so I do have a presentation. I'm going to cover a lot more, and then I will open up the floor for any questions. I'm inviting questions, and some of you have not asked me questions. So I'm posing that question to you. You can write me back if you want. You're not getting graded. This is not high school. You're not writing a term paper. You define it, okay? Because we're all grown-ups here. And your ability to reinvent and roll with things, as you could say, roll with the punches, that is going to be, I won't say that it always happens that way, but it's triply important. There's sort of this misconception that when you get to some place, there's like this la-la land. People are living in that la-la land, and they're starting to be in denial, and they're starting to be not understanding how to. It reminds me of being pinned underwater somehow, like they're not understanding how to unhook themselves. And that's going to be an issue next year, where there's people that say, but I don't get it, but I don't get it. And there's, when you talk about twin flame, we're naturally expecting another person to be a part of our life. Of course we are. I don't want you to lose sight of that, but there are times when there's definitely a time to focus on you. The more you focus on you, the more you make them focus on them too. And that's how you get things together. It's not really the other way around, where you're looking and saying, what aren't you doing? What's wrong now? That's another thing that really annoyed me in the past week. I was like, why are we all starting a day? And it's not just the news, but the news is a heavy part of it. Why do we always start the day with what's wrong? A lot of us do that. And maybe you need to, and I do this for myself because I have to redirect myself at times, like, oh, there's this to do, all that's that to do. Like, it was the schools, school is starting up, and I was like, put myself under the pressure. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get them new glasses before school starts. Mind you, I've known for the past 3 months that I gotta get my sunglasses, but no. And all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, this doesn't have to be crunch time. The sales are still going on. The benefits don't even, the eye vision benefits don't even kick in until the end of August anyway. So what the hell am I doing to myself, right? Oh, hell no, Patricia, don't do that. Don't do that. So other people around you will be going through some of this. So, which is why I say mind your P's and Q's. Even though I'm saying, using the word hell, you don't have to speak to each other that way. You can simply say, no, thank you. I don't think I'd like to participate today. You can be very upper crusty about it, however you want to say it. But just my encouragement is, ask for the words if you don't know what to say. That old axiom, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it, really applies for a lot of us. And it's not easy to, I guess, let those things come out. A lot of people let it out, in a big rush. you know, and sometimes it needs to. It just needs to like a cork popping, just get out. You need to just get it out, just get it out. But don't let it build up in you. That's the main thing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the presentation, unless anyone has any question for me. Anyone have a question? Okay, so if this is new to you, we'll come back and I'll, let me stop the recording here. Hello. So I hope you liked that. That was a part of my most recent class. Those are the kind of things that are really important for you because we are leveled up, we are leveling up. In other words, it's still a continuing process. I want to encourage you, I want to tell you what's going on, and also tell you that at this new level, you really do have to engage much more of yourself, meaning you have a new template of relationships. So that is a part of this, the new way of relationships. Have you had enough of the old stuff? And how would you, do some of this? Well, when you need help, and believe me, I am able to help shift things within hours and within days, not years and years of therapies and modalities. Getting things, because the things that started from another level, I'm able to sense and help conclude and help get things shifted. It does sometimes require more than one session, just like if you had gotten rear-ended, you might require more than one session for whiplash. Have you had spiritual whiplash? Have you had some, psychic surgery? Yes, you might need to engage your twin flame body. It's new. To help you, I have several things. There is the spirit subtle body, which is very good for releasing tension, releasing relationship issues. If you cannot breathe, if there are addictions in your union, if you have addictions, issues of the ego, such as personality issues, bipolar, depression, we help get that situated for you in that session. The links are below. What else? The Psyche Body session, which is for much heavier things such as traumas, abuse, including, yes, sexual abuse, including if someone is taking advantage of you and you need to disentangle yourself from them and you're struggling with that. Your body wants things out anyway. Why not speed it up? Why not get things unblocked? Why not get your flow going again? Very swiftly, very rapidly. Fears, phobias. That's what's meant by fears. Sometimes fears and things that have happened to you in the past show up as a phobia or anxiousness, nervousness, extreme anxiety. I help with that. What else do I have going on? Well, I have live classes here in Chicago. Not only do I do live hands-on body work, but I have several classes at the North Shore Healing Center, which is in the northwest corner of Chicago. The information will be below and it will be on my website. There's one on August 30th, September 13th, September 27th, and I will be getting 2-day classes there, 2 to 3 day workshop classes for you. I also have a 5-week class, which is once a week for 5 weeks, which is intended to help you get your body up and running. Those links are below the information. Please check the description. If you are in the city of Chicago, come and see me. Come to this informative session. It's an evening event for us to learn and for you to ask questions, for you to find out. We will be doing a lucid meditation. It is very different than a lot of the things that are on the internet, such as Violet Flame. Violet Flame is okay, but a lot of you aren't from that, timeline. So some of that might not work for you. It's not a criticism. It just, You know, there's new stuff, absolutely new. New level, new body, brand new fresh start. And I do have my book. It's very pertinent for this time frame. Book 4, Inner Healing on Twin Flame Ascension and Inner Healing. Try the book. I will have some bullet points below to let you know what are the topics covered, but they are very important right now. And this gives you several things to work with yourself, because like it or not, this is on. And like I say, a lot of people will be affected, which is a good thing, because you'll see people around you possibly going through things, and you may have a recognition of it. But the good news is when you focus on you, that makes you get into a better place, a higher place, able to receive. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you here. Reach out to me, twinflamesmerge@gmail.com, or check my website, twinflamesmerge.com, and my other website, Twin Flame Body, because love heals. Thank you. Bye.